Now we see Pete's boat in the water. I don't see Pete in the boat. That means he's diving in the water. Let's see if I can get Pete on the radio here. Hey, Pete, can you hear me? Oh. Okay, you see the bubbles? That's, wait a minute. There's something out down there. Guys, we're going to head across this dock, but stay seated for just a moment. Pete, if you can hear me, get back in the boat. Pete, I repeat, get back. Yeah, get back in the boat. There's a shark. He's coming. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I always said, Pete, how long it got to be out there. And there they are. Oh, for Pete's sake. All of that for that joke. You're welcome. All right, guys, we're going to head by these gasoline tanks. I'm sure we'll be safe over here. Nothing says safety like gasoline tanks. This will protect us from the walkers. That's what we're doing, right? I kind of forgot what's going on. So you got a little cold. We thought we tripped the heat for you. You're welcome. This is the way it normally feels in LA. Guys, take a look at the yellow barrel. I can see him. Candygram. Pizza delivery. No, ma'am. This is on the very first day of filming. They put the shark in the water. It flipped upside down and then sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. After that, the crew can leave the production flaws. Here's Steven Spielberg to tell you about the troubles and tribulation of making Jaws. Look at that. That's Steven Spielberg in the mouth of the shark. Now, a lot of people think the name of the shark is Jaws. It is not. The name of the shark? Bruce! Steven Spielberg named it Bruce after his lawyer. Bruce is still his lawyer to this day. Have you ever seen the movie Finding Nemo? What's the name of the great white shark? Bruce. That's right. Bruce. See, that's kind of Australian. Bruce. Oh, yeah? All right, take a look over here on the right-hand side. You're going to see Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch for the best little whorehouse in Texas. It was also used in Rob Zombie's House, 1,000 Corpses. LMFAO shot a music video there. The backyard was used in San Francisco for the TV show About a Boy. Did anyone watch the TV show About a Boy? One person, and that's when the show was canceled. But right now we're coming up to our Colonial Street, and you guys know it better as Wisteria Lane. Now, if you're a big Desperate Housewives fan, get your cameras out. You'll keep your cameras to one side. Reason why? We're going to make a U-turn at the end of the street. You'll see the other houses on the way out. Make your life easy, okay? Now, I'll put on a couple houses for you. The second house here on the left, by the way, that's Eva Longoria's house. You guys remember the classic movie Harvey with Jimmy Stewart? That's Harvey's house. Purple House, that's where Bobby and Lee lived. That's the original also Munster's house. Remember 1313 Bucky Lake. Next one is Terry Hatcher's house. And the last house over here on the left is Felicity Huffman's house. And if you remember the TV show Desperate Housewives, the garage used to be on the other side. They actually put the garage on this side because they wanted to make the house a little bit wider because they were filming a TV show over here called Agent Carter. And they wanted to change the house around just a little bit. Something to keep in mind, before Desperate Housewives, this street has been utilized for over 60 years. We call it Colonial Street. Yeah. And when they were filming Desperate Housewives, they realized very early on that other productions were using this for filming, and they didn't want it to kind of be associated with anything else. They wanted to keep the idea of this being Wisteria Lane. So they actually bought the rights to the street. Disney Productions, it's the Disney production, ABC. They bought the rights to the street for 7 years. So whenever they were filming, they were the only ones down here. If we wanted our tram team to be able to come here, we actually had to ask permission from ABC Studios just to bring our trams down the street. Yeah. Now, something else kind of interesting about the street here. You notice both ends are curved. The idea behind that is it gives the illusion that the street is never ending, even though in reality, right around the corner. That's why you notice even our New York street kind of curved, our European streets all curved around for that reason. On the left, you're going to see a greenhouse here with stonework. That was used in Ted 2. That was Flash Gordon's house. And if you guys remember a television show called Leave It to Beaver. That's Leave It to Beaver Street, yeah. Now, since we are in Wisteria Lane, I'm going to show you a little montage of Desperate Housewives for our Desperate Housewife fans. California is on the shorter side as far as actresses go. You'll notice they put her in the front of the shot. And the reason for that is that she's close to the camera, it gives a perspective that she's a little bit taller in the scene. But if she was to stand next to Terry Hatcher, she'd be closer to about the shoulder. Sets over there are nice, but sometimes we want our sets to be a little bit more colorful, a little bit more imaginative, and I think it is this season anyways. Welcome to our Whoville sets from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. To build these Whoville sets, they used over 2 million linear feet of styrofoam and enough snow to cover 9 football fields. And of course, what would be Christmas without the candy canes? They used 1,933 candy canes, and I ate all of them by myself. No help from anybody. Now, they had a pretty sinister neighbor there in Whoville. It was not the Grinch. It was worse than that. Norman Bates. We're now coming up to the Bates Motel at the Psycho House. Who wants to stop and take a shower? There's usually one or two that do. What's Norman doing there? Oh, look at that. He's helping that old lady to her car. And he's putting her in the trunk of the car. All right, I don't think we're supposed to do that. Don't look, act like it's cool. Preston, we're just going to drive out of here real slow, act like nothing happened. Oh, he's got a knife. Let's get out of here, Preston. Preston, just attach the 4th car. They're just going to slow us down. Just right around the whole 4th. I don't care. I can't hear the screams from up here. By the way, did you notice the lady in the back row jump back there? Did you catch that? And did you see the person next to her he used her as a shield. He was hiding behind her. That's terrible. All right, my friends, we're gonna head up the cycle path to the Psycho House. You're gonna be able to see Mother in the top left-hand window, but we are now coming up to something else kind of big. This is the crash site scene from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Now, the question we always get is the airplane here real or is it fake? Real. All right, let's try this. I know this is going to be kind of a futile effort, but I'm going to do it anyways. By raise of hands, how many think the airplane is real? All right, how many think it's fake? How many think it's really fake? All right, it is a real airplane. They bought it from a plane graveyard in the Mojave Desert and then shipped it over here. The cost of buying the plane, $60,000. The value of the scrap metal. The cost to bring it here, keep in mind, it's only about 200 miles away. It costs $230,000 to bring it here. We had to get a 15-car police escort. We went on the back of 4 flatbed trucks. It's always the shipping and handling them that get you each and every time. I don't know why they didn't buy it on Amazon. I get free 2-day shipping, so that's... Here's the way the crash site scene actually looked in the movie War of the Worlds.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When you first began to sit down to talk about the War of the Worlds, I thought, what if it's 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Close your eyes, okay? Just get them closed.
Robbie, get in. Get in. Get in. By the way, this is an old airplane. If you look closely at the seats, you'll notice there's still ashtrays. Remember smoking, non-smoking? Like it made a difference. Now we're going to take you from one plane sort of to another. I want you guys to take a look over here on the right. You're going to look actually back to the right. You'll see a big blue backdrop. That is the largest freestanding backdrop in the United States. It stands here for 55 feet tall. With a cement area in front of it is filled with water. It uses about 2 million gallons of water. You ever saw a movie called Sully? About Captain Sully? The pilot who landed the plane on the Hudson River. This sequence was shot right here using that backdrop. Everything you see in the shot was shot right here. Amazing, huh? Alright, I'm going to tell you a little trick. Okay, look at that. You notice all the boats around it? It's the same boat. It's a digital boat. The only thing that really existed was the very front part of the boat, because that's actually where the camera was watching the ship. Yeah, or the plane, excuse me. By the way, if you guys watched the movie Dunkirk, the Christopher Nolan film. They actually built the ship right over here. If you guys watch part of Jurassic World, the splash sequence with their kind of Shamu character was over here as well. And if you guys watch Hunger Games, Catching Fire, when the tributes first come up, a couple dive in the water, that was shot in here as well. Folks, I'm sorry, I just got word on my monitor. We are supposed to head over to this safe rally point thing. I don't know why. We just got detoured here for some reason. Give me 1 second here. I just need to turn the camera. No, it is no, just don't listen to detour. Something about a witness? All right. Guys, we're back inside of this safe location. This is our local chop shop.
I'm trying to tell where the water's going.
Yeah. Happens when you keep eating things.
Pretend like nothing's behind you. There is very large behind. But I'm a very safe handler, okay? Very safe. You guys are about 86% safe here in this area, and I stand behind that as a very good statistic. Just don't get too close. The closer you get to her, the closer you wind up becoming her next thing.
Salad has way too much dressing. But Nugget appreciated the chicken. Hey! Did anything happen today with that in Canada?
No.
You didn't get soaked on Jurassic Park, that was nice.
Oh, that was lovely. That was lovely. Got a little spray, but...
There's a pit bull PTSD dog.
Yeah, good questions.
Seems well behaved.
What? Commenting on the music. See, downfall here is there's no train.
Down here there's no train, that's true. But this certainly is one of the best parts of the park.
I like this one a little bit more because you can see the castle. Hogsmeade before you have to kind of wiggle through Hogsmeade.
Yeah, I do like being able to see it. It makes this area seem a lot smaller.
Funny, did you tell how much it's set up the same? Right there's where the Dueling Dragon is supposed to be.
Right there.
Weird, right?
Yeah. Butterbear.
Yes, we have to get some before we go.
Well, split one. I can't do one.
Oh no, yeah, we'll split one. I just had a giant cupcake.
You had like half of a giant cupcake.
Okay, so I'm back in the mood to want to watch all the Harry Potters when we get back home.
I wonder why.
Marathon. It's a marathon, sweetie. Marathon. I know, I want to see a Harry Potter marathon too.
Still love that dress.
Huh?
Hermione's dress, I still love it.
One from the Yule Ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is where the exit would be for, and that's how you'd go to Jurassic
Park, yeah.
Why are the hippogriffs in the same exact spot?
Well, I also miss having Nocturne Alley and Diagon Alley. Hey, the Fort Anglia. that in the other park? I don't think so.
It's on the Dragon Road. It's in the woods.
Alright, so I get a picture of that.
We will.
Yeah. Forest perspective.
Looking for functionality, comfort, and a little bit of flair. Finally, he chose the cheap but sexy goggles that you are holding in your hot little hand. We run them through the most extensive testing to ensure maximum quality.